Nigeria's Bureau of Statistics report shows that urban inflation stood at 21% in September 2022 from 17% recorded in the corresponding period of 2021, while rural inflation stood at 20%. The food inflation rate stood at 23% on a year-on-year basis, recording a surge. Now, the Bureau said the increase in the food index was attributed to the increase in prices of bread and cereals, food products, potatoes, yams, and other tubers, oil, and also fats. Let's hear details of that in this report.
The increase in the inflation figures does not come as a surprise. With much of the world still battling inflation and the continued depreciation of the local currency, not many are expecting any kind of easing off in the inflationary trend in Africa's biggest economy. And to compound matters, the country is still dealing with massive flooding, which has affected its food belt and seriously disrupted supply.
And what this flood simply means is a possible rise in inventory stock by suppliers of food or those who are responsible for farm to market. And taking also into consideration that the Christmas period is around the corner, plus the fact that Q1 is going to be heavy on elections, it's really a call for worry what the future is.
Nigeria's central bank's response to the rising inflation rate has been to raise benchmark interest rates. It's done so on 3 occasions, and the bank's governor has warned that rates could be raised further as the inflation figure continues to rise.
You raise rates, you don't raise rates, you remain mute. What will happen is that consumption, eventually you'll find that consumption and investment expenditure will be affected because purchasing power of the citizens or of the consumer will erode and completely possibly dissipate. Or you will also see that once inflation continues to bite, what you can buy with, the quantity of goods you can buy with some money will reduce. And that is what also helps to increase the level of poverty in your country. So you don't have a choice but to raise rates.
The next Monetary Policy Committee meeting of the central bank is scheduled for next week. Economy watchers are waiting to see how the Apex Bank responds to the latest inflation figure.
Central banks are being conventional across board globally, raising interest rates and all that, which is necessarily not bad. It's a necessary condition to sort of try to reduce the inflationary numbers or the inflationary impact on the economy. But the nature of inflation we are dealing with is a bit non-monetary and largely unconventional as well. So meaning that it's going to require more than just interest rates, to help us really beat down or solve this inflationary menace that we face.
However the central bank chooses to respond to the latest hike in the country's interest rate, what everyone here wants to see is for prices to come down. Any economics short of that would hardly make sense to the common man on the street in this country.